Hey guys, Mr. Dude here. We're back at it with another Oblivion Remastered on Switch 2 video. In this video, we're going to dive into how I'm feeling about the game, 10, 12, almost 2 weeks in. And a little surprise and tidbit at the end and recommendation that I suggest everyone do to enhance your experience playing this game on the Switch 2. I really want to give a shout out to everybody, regardless of where you are, for the support on this channel. Again, I just have been doing this for fun. I didn't expect to grow. I didn't expect this to really happen. And what started as just posting some performance videos, using some math and some scripts to kind of scratch an itch on the nerdy side of my brain, has turned into really discovering a whole group of people that are also interested in this kind of stuff. So it brings me joy. And I just wanted to say that, now after playing the game on the Switch 2 for a while, I just have to say I am reminded of how magical this game is. It came out at a time where really Oblivion was the big leap for the Elder Scrolls experience. Previously, we had Morrowind, which was a paradigm shifter on its own, but Oblivion introduced this vibe, this magic, this writing, this lore depth that was kind of there in previous titles, but Oblivion just opened up at least my eyes back in the mid-2000s to this living and breathing world that I fell in love with. I often joke that I know more about Elder Scrolls lore than I do maybe even the Bible. And I'm not trying to dismiss any sort of religious elements here, but what I am trying to say is the writing and this world that they've built is captivating. And I just say that is something to celebrate. Also, I ran into a few bugs. As you can see, I clipped through this ruin, this alien ruin over by Leowin, and it was something that I didn't understand what was happening because everything looked fine upon entering the cell, and we get to our common stutters that both exist on PC and Switch. But on the Switch, I just completely was walking through walls. And so I wanted to test it on PC. I walked to from Leowin, this exact same ruin, killed this stinky troll, and I just wanted to test if I had the same collision problems. And lo and behold, I didn't. So I don't know what's happening here. I don't know if it's unique to the Switch version. I'd imagine it has something to do with okay, the point of interest is loaded in to a certain degree at a distance, and then as you get closer, more details and collision logic is loaded in after that. And for whatever reason on the Switch 2 version, it just didn't load in. And I only fixed it after fast traveling and doing something else for a while and then coming back to test again. So again, maybe the way the game on the Switch asynchronously loads up certain factors and variables for objects needs to be looked at. I had a few crashes on the Switch, but I will say I had a lot more crashes on the PC version of the game. So take that with a grain of salt. Everyone's experience is going to be different. I'm still struggling after these 2 weeks with combat using the Joy-Cons and the Pro Controller. It really isn't my favorite thing. Look-wise, it's true that you can get used to the 30 FPS for a while, but I always gaslight myself into believing that until I play it on PC for a few hours, and then I'm like, no, more frames are always better, and I'm not sure we're going to get that type of experience. But then thinking of experiences, I remembered how much I initially, when I first tested the game, how much I enjoyed the mouse controls, and so I turned that on for a while. I even undocked my Switch for a while to try the handheld mode where it renders the game at a lower resolution, but kind of a more compact on the go experience if you're on the train, if you're at your desk or whatever. And this just rekindled a new love, or I should say kindled a new fire of desire in playing Oblivion Remastered on the Switch 2, using it with the mouse controls. Everything immediately, again, felt more responsive. I was able to aim. I was able to do combat more. I like being able to use the shoulder buttons as a point and click mechanism. Ergonomically, it felt a little bit better in my hand. I have bigger hands, so sometimes they get fatigued with the size of the Joy-Cons and maybe holding it in my hands on the couch. But doing it this way just it reminded me, it's like, okay, well, I could have a little bit of the PC experience in the Switch 2 now. And it gets me excited to test other titles as well. But this is something I would recommend everyone to try. If you haven't yet, just commit to an hour of doing it this way and let me know how it is for you. But as I continue to play it this way, I found that combat was immediately more enjoyable. I was able to hit my targets better. It's fun to look at items. It's fun to navigate the menu this way. So for me, this is going to be a preferred experience. I'm excited to test the upcoming Call of Duty this way as well on Switch 2 and other titles. We'll see if Elden Ring has this as well. I doubt it, but I'll have to look into that and report back later. But this is something I just want to encourage. And as a 2-week recap, 10 to 14 day window after it's come out, I'm still enjoying it. I find myself playing the PC version a lot when I'm serious and just kind of want to really soak in the visuals and the game experience. But I find myself playing the handheld version, the Switch 2 version, more frequently on the go or in bed, on the couch with my kiddos. And it's fun. It's the same game. So I wouldn't stress too much about performance. Wherever you have this game, it will be a delight to play. This is Mr. Dude.